Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. We've got a baker's dozen today. We've got 13 properties, and we're going to start right off with 1379 Costigan, number 607. Sixth floor, top floor of the building, which is good. Typically, you're getting unobstructed views. And you've got dark kitchen cabinets. You are backing onto the green space. There was the same model as this one that sold, I think, last year in the 250s. This one actually looks better. It's got better kitchen cabinets, crown moldings, all the rest of it. So I definitely think these guys are in a very fair zone. And the nice thing about this building is that you have, like most of the units, probably 80-90% of them are two-bedroom units. So having a one-bedroom actually, I think, really helps sort of inflate the value of the one-bedroom because there's not as many, so there's scarcity. And then also the values in the building tend to be a bit higher because of those two bedrooms. So it's good. One parking space. You've got a locker, I believe, as well, and just under 800 square feet. Nice find. Not a lot of extra amenities there, but there are two buildings being built close. I'm not sure if there's going to be any sort of recreational facility, but as of right now, there's not a whole lot of stuff there. The good news is that that's not going to mean probably a lot of sway in the condo fees, providing the building's been built well. So McKay Crescent 365, it's an 1130 square foot townhouse, and there's some bad photos today. The kitchen isn't anything really blow your mind, but I mean, there is some hardwood floors. The big value proposition here is it backs onto green space, and so typically the adjustment on that is between $5,000 and $10,000. They've got a bit of landscaping here. It looks like you don't really have to mow much grass in the backyard. Might be good for a hot tub back there with those with the interlock stones, but 365 is a little bit high for this model, given the fact that really one of the main things it has going for it is the green space and some upgraded floors. So McDuff is at 414.9. I believe it's a Baker model, like 1,300 square feet, plus a finished basement. It's on a nice street. There's a park right down at the end of the street. This is pretty much your combined living dining room, and it is a bit wider in person. I find this shot makes it look pretty narrow. And then you've got your kitchen there, and then three bedrooms. Only one full bathroom on the top floor, and it's usually a good idea if the basement's finished to have an extra bathroom downstairs, so you got the two full ones. But it is a good rec room. It looks like they've got a bit of a shed back there. Decent sized property because now the house is smaller. This is the same size property that there's even 2,000, 2,100 square foot homes being built on. So it tends to be that the house doesn't take up as much room, which means the lot's a little bit bigger. I think perfect pricing on that one. They're going to do really well. Duncan Lane is at 419.9, and it's funny the difference in value. And people ask me all the time, do detached go up faster than townhouses? If you look at the numbers, they're actually very, very similar. And so there are some people that want a home like this, 1,700 square foot townhouse on Duncan Lane, which means it faces the train tracks. I sold this model, actually a really nice version of this, just under $400,000 towards the end of 2012. And this one also looks like a very nice model. Upgraded countertops, backsplash, nice kitchen cabinet colors, good solid floor plan here, nice layout. And the added advantage that they're getting that we didn't have was that they have a finished basement. So again, maybe an adjustment of about $10,000 there. So they're a little bit high on the price, but they're not crazy far off. I don't understand really. A lot of buyers are paying the same amount for something that faces train tracks as something that's not. I don't know if I fully agree with that. Aird Court is a Heathwood home. It's a Robindale model, so you've got a nice open entrance, same as the previous one. And hardwood floors, this little nook upstairs. That's basically your main floor, so your kitchen overlooking the family room in the back, and then there's an eating area right across from the kitchen. And overall it looks good. It's got a lot of nice upgrades, which you'd expect for Heathwood. A lot of people don't like the quote-unquote siding, but that I believe is called concrete board, and it's actually an upgrade, funny enough. And 424, we have seen this model sell like even a year ago at this price with the finished basement. Obviously market appreciation. It's still something I look at equivalent value. I look at something like this on Scott and I say, okay, here's almost a 2,000 square foot semi, and I still feel like at 440, why don't you go to a detached, a townhouse facing train tracks, or like a 1,600 square foot townhouse at virtually the same number? To me, it's really a tough tough thing. Like, why not just go 10 or 20 more, get the same size detached home? But this one here on Scott, there's nothing wrong with it. It's right overlooking P.L. Robertson, which is going to have some traffic in the morning and when the kids get out of school, but for the most part it doesn't give you a lot of hassle. And then you've got some pretty good views of the escarpment as well on this side. So 437.9, I've seen that model sell for that, so I think they're in the right range, even if I don't know if I see the value in it. So Herman Way is 439. And again, these ones sell for pretty good numbers too. It's a Westgate corner, 1717 square feet. And so they've always kind of floated higher on the price range. I'm not sure if it's because the extra wide lot or the corner. It does have a pretty good layout. That's the dining room in the front, and then you've got a big open concept kitchen here. And I probably would have said take the treadmill out before listing. I don't know if it adds a lot to the space there, especially these guys have done such a good job decorating. The treadmill might be better served in the basement, I think, for listing a home. Nice floor plan upstairs. There's a little nook where you could put an office plus the 3 bedrooms, and again, it could get the this kind of money. I mean, it's a little high based on the comparable sales, but it seems like there's some stuff, especially the move-in ready right now, is really getting swallowed up fast, and for more. The list prices are higher than what I feel they should be selling for quickly. So who knows? A couple good sales can totally really turn things around. Fourth line is at 464.9. It is a Powell model, about 1,900 square feet. And what I think they did was they put the hardwood stairs, but they stained the planks on here, so it's almost like a reddish cherry wood going upstairs, and you can see it's in the hallway as well. There you go. So you get a bit of a contrast between the two wood colors. Don't know if everyone's going to love that, but yeah, I would say this one overall is, we've seen homes that look a little bit better than this one that sell for that price. It's probably fair range. This one at 468.9 on Beatty Trail. I would take Beatty Trail over Fourth Line for a couple $1,000s any day of the week. And so you're looking at hardwood floors, gas fireplace. And I bet this one probably in the big picture shows a little bit better. I think the presentation is a little stronger. So these guys would probably sell first over the previous one. We've got this one on Ferguson here at 480, a little bit higher. And I'm not sure how buyers, typically from my experience, buyers are not crazy about having ceramic floors on the entire main level. It is good if you have pets. It's pretty durable if you have kids, but it's cold, right? And it's almost, that's kind of a California look. You think about sort of southern states that have that kind of feeling to them. It looks like it's been kept well, glass shower. It looks like they've done a nice job finishing the basement here too. And you're pretty close to the Hawthorne Village Public School, and it's a pretty solid location. Ferguson definitely gets traffic, and Ferguson is one of those streets like Trudeau, you know, all those north-south streets that are eventually going to go straight across Louis St. Laurent. They're going to join up, so they're going to be pretty long streets, and I could see the traffic only becoming more and more. I guess more and more volume with the traffic as time goes on. So Deacon is 49. It's probably like a 1,700 square foot home. Double wide parking in the driveway, which is good. The presentation on these photos is not good at all. The pro photos, it's very hard to shoot a dark home, and you can see the camera is just not putting enough light out there to really showcase this home well. But even like this little baby seat right here, take that stuff out for the photos. Take more stuff off the countertops. Stuff on the fridge never looks good. It's not hard, but it's doing the right things to really make a big difference. It's basically showing beds. It doesn't give you a sense of how big the bedrooms are. And then there's your family room there just off the kitchen. So the biggest thing with this one, and I'm surprised it's not in the photo gallery, is that it's got a huge yard. It's 109 feet, which is basically the same as Timberley or some of the old parts of Milton. So that's the part that they should be screaming out, saying, we have an old Milton lot, we have a new Milton house. So I suppose I'm doing the job for them, but that's the really key message with these homes. And I think that there are some people that are looking in old Milton that are going to appreciate a home like this and maybe get a bit of a newer home, things like ensuite bathrooms, so on. Scott Boulevard 519, and not sure the size of this one. It's a 3-bedroom double garage. It's a little bit pie-shaped, and it's just down the road from Escarpment View School. It's just right on the edge of overlooking the pond right across from the school, and it looks like you've got granite counters, but you've also got laminate floors. So there's a bit of a disconnect. I think if you're going to do granite, then you go hardwood. You really keep it equivalent, you keep the value there. And Landsborough is $595. The front picture, like show the front of the house, differing beliefs on that, but you're not really getting anything. It looks like a Chester model because it's almost half levels here, but you can't even tell. There's really no way to really showcase the value. That looks like a Chester kitchen though, in which case it's 2,400 square feet, and walkout basement, because they are typically the half levels, is sometimes you find that there's enough space to put a walkout basement. Chesters have sold in the high fives. I just don't know if this one's really going to do the work with the kind of photos in here. And so anyway, so that's the list for today. And unfortunate, some of the photos, or some of the properties that don't have good photos are actually pretty good. So that can be the thing, is that don't just judge things by online, because offline, in person can be totally different. And if you need any advice, if you need our help to find you the right house, because what we found is that the studies have said buyers don't need a real estate consultant to help them in the initial phasing and in choosing the right properties, but what they need an agent for more than anything else in the survey is to find the right property. So that's what we're definitely here for, to keep you safe, explain the steps and the costs, and to really do it in the most time efficient and fun manner possible. So give us a call, send us an email if you need a hand, and we'll see you tomorrow with more Milton Daily Homes.